Hi everyone, this is Dr. Manisha, your postpartum friend. How are you guys doing today? Today we are going to talk about major parenting milestone, and that is separation anxiety. If you ever had to pry on a wailing toddler off your leg while trying to leave for work, or when you are just going to use the bathroom but you cannot, then you know how tough this phase can be. Separation anxiety is one of those things that can break your heart and test your patience all at once. But the good news is it is totally normal and it is temporary and it is a part of the development process. And also there are so many ways to make it easier for both of you, your baby and you, to make it easier. So today I'm going to share 5 science-backed tips approved by pediatricians and child psychologists to help ease some of the separation anxiety in a way that will strengthen your and child's emotional security. Let's dive into it. So separation anxiety is a natural developmental phase that usually begins around 8 months and it might last up to 3 years of age, although some kids might experience it longer. At this stage, children are starting to develop a strong bond with the caregiver, whether it's parents, grandparents. So their little brains are wired to seek safety and comfort from the familiar people around them, which makes total sense from an evolutionary perspective, right? But a baby's brain is actually designed to freak out when their caregiver leaves. It's called attachment theory, and it's their survival mechanism kicking in, like saying, "Hey mom, where are you going? Why are you leaving me here? You are my food. Who is gonna feed me now?" So now we parents know that we'll always come back to our kids, but our little ones, they are still figuring out things. They are trying to understand the world around them. So the tears, the clinging, the dramatic soap, everything, it's a part of them learning that separation anxiety isn't forever. So the key to handle it is with patience, with consistency, and really with trust building strategies. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, consistency is key. Children thrive onto the routine. They love routine. It makes them feel safe and they feel control on the situation. So when it comes to separation anxiety, having a predictable goodbye routines or can make transition so much easier. Imagine this: you drop off your kids at the daycare and instead of goodbye, you are just staying there. You are hesitant to leave. You linger around. You go back, sneak back in and give a last hug, and then suddenly your child freaks out even more because now they are confused and they are thinking, wait, mom is unsure too. Maybe this is scary. Maybe this is a scary situation. So then it makes everything worse. So what to do instead? Create a goodbye rituals. Pick something very simple, a hug, a high five, or a special phrase like, "Mommy will be back soon." Stick to it every day and make it very short. Try to make drop off and pick up at the same time daily so the routines are more predictable and they are less anxious for your child. You can also introduce a comfort object like stuffed animals or blankets or small photo of yourself that can help them to feel secure when you are away. Like I said, consistency equals to less stress, more confidence. Tip number 2, validate the feeling. Don't dismiss the tears. Here is what not to do, what not to say. Don't say you are fine, stop crying, you are a big kid, why are you crying? It's not a big deal. Everybody does that. For your child, this is a big deal, right? Instead of shutting their emotion down, try to validate them. Say something like, "I know you are feeling sad or you are feeling lonely because I'm leaving, but it's okay. It's hard to say goodbye and sometimes I feel the same, so it's okay." And this really will help your child feel heard and understood, which actually reduces their anxiety in the long run. Research from pediatric psychologists show that that when parents validate their child's emotions, it teaches them emotional resilience, which is a superpower for life. Tip number 3, prepare them in advance. No surprises, no surprise drop-off. Separation anxiety intensified when your child does not know what's coming. Imagine if someone just dropped you off at a random office and said, bye, figure it out, then you'll be anxious too. So that's why instead of doing that, try this. Give them a heads up. Tell them at what time you are going to pick them up. Tell them at what time you are going to drop them off. It's difficult to figure out time for the kids, so you can tell you after snack time, after lunch time, after your nap. So in that way, they can figure out when they can expect for them to pick up, and this can help to reduce their anxiety, and they know that their parents are coming back to pick them. So by preparing them, you are giving them a sense of control, which makes the transition very smooth. And like I said, keep the goodbye very brief. Don't drag out, because that makes separation anxiety worse. Sometimes I used to do that too. When I saw my kids crying, I used to stay there, stay longer. But guess what? That only reinforces the idea that separations are scary. So that's why you don't do that. What you do instead is use your goodbye rituals like hug, wave, phrase. You have to stay calm and confident. You can take your child cues for your emotions. So just leave promptly. The quicker you go, the quicker they will settle. Usually most kid comes within a few minutes after their parents leave. And I know it doesn't feel that way in the moment, but I promise it's true. They usually calm down after a few minutes. Tip number 5, you can plan for gradual separation. If your child is really struggling, try to ease them into it. You can start with very short separation, like leaving there for 10-15 minutes for the grandparents or other family members, and then just try to increase that time slowly as they adjust. You can also practice like mommy leaves and come back. Sometimes peekaboo can also help, like you need to peekaboo, hide for some time and then go back. In that way they get used to that anxiety. This method usually helps build the confidence in small steps. Most important thing that I want you to know is if your child's separation anxiety is really severe, extreme, it's lasting beyond age 4, or it's really causing them panic attacks and affecting their daily activities, daily lives, it might be worth seeking the help from the expert. And at Momkins, we are trying to help all the parents get the best service provider in the area. So if you did not see anyone in the website, just reach out to us. We'll try to find help as much as possible. And just remember, you don't have to do this alone. We are there to help you. So at the end, I wanted to tell you that separation anxiety can be tough. It is your child's emotional growth, but with consistency, with patience, and with reassurance, you are teaching them one of the life most important lessons. So stay consistent. Even when we are apart, our love stays strong. If you find this video helpful, please like this video, share with your fellow friends who might also need help and some guidance regarding this. Subscribe to Momkins for more expert-backed parenting tips. Thank you for watching, and remember, you guys are awesome and you are doing such a great job every day being awesome. See you next time. Bye-bye.